Great. I have one quick question, and feel free to direct me to an existing resource if you have it. But do you have thoughts about how to figure out your time and how many sessions you actually have, or sort of, do I have 50? Do I have 30?
Yes. I mean, this is something, it's a good segue into the membership because there's a section on this. We're just finishing up the business model semester this month. So there's a number of things. Basically, what it comes down to is, I don't know, you get one of those year at a glance calendars and you have to just map out your year. There's a need for real sobriety here. The mapping out of, do I want to take vacation? Do I want to be traveling? Which days of the week do I want to work, not work? So you got to start with that just to see what you're working with at a general level. But then this is a tough thing to get into briefly. So this is the very Cole's notes. I don't think I actually have, oh no, that's not true. If you search, I think on YouTube, Tad Hargrave, daily, weekly, monthly checklist, you probably find a video on this. So that will give you the 7-minute, but basically you got to figure out what are the things you need that need to be done to maintain your business that you need to do. And there are things you have to do every day, every week, every month. You make the list, you figure out how long those take, and you plug that into your calendar. So you just block off the time. Every day, I need at least an hour to do my daily things. Every week, I need 4 hours to do the weekly. Every month, I need 3 hours to you do that. And then once you've done that, you also want to add in some just buffer time, just open time, but lock it off. Why? Because shit gets weird. Stuff happens, stuff comes up you're not going to be able to predict. And once you've done all of that, now look at how many sessions you actually have space for. Once you've got those basics handled, and that's a really different amount. Because what happens is we say, how many sessions can I do? And we look at a blank schedule like maniacs. It's just, and it's not realistic. Our schedule is not that blank. It's not that open. There's so much we need to do. So once you fill in the blocks, then you look at it. And then it's also, how many do I actually want to do every day? How many feels good? And the additional complication to make this even harder is, or at least just to make it more, is how many one-on-one sessions is, often the question is coming from, well, because I need to make X amount of money. But there's a lot of ways to get to 100 grand, for example. You could do this many one-on-one sessions, or you could do half that one-on-one sessions with the bigger packages, or you could do a third of that, and some workshops, or you could do a quarter, and then sell products. And so it depends where the money's coming from. For example, my dear colleagues out of Santa Cruz, Jesse and Charla, who run Thrive Academy, their whole business model was they had a weekend workshop that they did where they helped holistic practitioners teach their own workshops and design them as an income stream. But eventually their business model got so robust that they just gave away that weekend for free. The thing that they had charged quite a bit for became the lead generator for the other things. Yeah, so they no longer needed to make money on that weekend. It made more sense for them to fill that weekend up and then, shamelessly plug all their other stuff and the other programs. So it depends how robust the business model is. If all you have is one-on-one sessions, then everything I laid out, just do that, and then you'll have some sense. But it's also worthwhile thinking, what is my goal here? Is my goal to reach a certain number of people one-on-one? If so, that's got to be factored in. Or is it, I'm sure in part, I want to make a certain amount of money. And if that's the case, then, there you go.
Great. That's super helpful. Thank you.
I'm so glad. My girlfriend is she would love your bookshelf.
Yay!
The rainbow arrangement.
It's not that hard to do, but then you can't find anything.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to send her this video to make
caveat.
sure that. Thank you. All right.